Okay, so I'm going to walk through some functionality for RefUp as a referee. If you guys have questions, go ahead and shout them out and we will get them addressed. So first things first, you go to refup.io, and if you don't have an account, click on the Sign Up tab, enter your information, and then select that you are a referee with RMRR, hit sign up, and then your account will be approved by the RMRR administrators, and you'll be able to access the system. So when I log in, this is what we would see as a referee. So there's some kind of stats up here at the top showing how many matches you've done, the number of boosts that are available to you. We'll talk about that in a second. The payments that you've received, and then your rating from the teams. And then also the pools that you are assigned as a referee. This is essentially for RMRR, this is the level of referee that you are in. This shows any upcoming matches and any matches that you have completed. Let's come back to that after we talk about how to get a match. So to get an assignment, come into the My Offers tab, and what you'll see is a list of all of the matches and then all of the roles for that match that you are allowed to officiate, that you're allowed to place an offer on. And if this is a match that you're interested in officiating, simply click the green checkbox and you are now eligible to referee that match. So we'll do a couple of these here. And so what we're saying is that I'm interested in refereeing Regis versus Mines on the 8th, Regis Boys versus East Boys on the 22nd, and Fort Collins Boys versus the Titans Boys on February 22nd as well. At the most basic level, that's all you need to do to get assigned to these matches is to click those boxes, and then you will now be considered for those matches. However, it's good to note that I would not be considered for this Arapahoe Boys versus Weld Boys match on the 22nd because I haven't clicked the checkbox here. Now, if one of these matches I was particularly interested in refereeing, I can use boosts to increase my chances of getting assigned that match. Right now, it's really completely random which of these matches I would get assigned. If I really wanted to referee, well, just for fun, East versus Regis, I can click this pull down next to the boost icon and say, give it 5 boosts. And what this tells the system is that I would like to do this match more than any of these other matches. And if I have put the most boosts onto this match of any referee, then I will be assigned that particular match. So this allows you as a referee the ability to have more control and more influence over the assignments that you are getting. Now, if I do get this match, I will spend these 5 boosts, and I'll only have 6 or 7 left. And anyone else that was trying to get this match will receive a portion of those boosts. So then the next weekend, it will be easier for those referees to get the matches that they are interested in refereeing. So in that way, referees can spend and earn boosts. And if you want more details on exactly how that process works, just go ahead and click this Help tab up here, and there's some articles that detail the boost process. If I decide that I'm really not interested in refereeing on February 8th, I can just press this red X here, and my my offer for that goes away, and I'll no longer be considered for that match. Two other things when we're looking at making offers and making ourselves available for a match. If we come and look on the 29th, there's a lot of matches on the 29th. Maybe I'm happy doing any of those, but I don't want to click 5 times. I can just click on this star here, and it will create offers for me for all of those days. Maybe not. Well, that's something that we'll have to look at. I'm super glad we're recording that. Anyways, we'll look into why that didn't work, but the idea is that by clicking on these stars, we can create offers for all of the matches on that day, and any new matches that are created for that day, I will also automatically create an offer for. So this is kind of equivalent to the old system of just saying, yep, I'm available on Friday, February 28th to referee. And then any match that comes up on that day, you may be able to referee. If it turns out that, again, you don't want to referee one of these, you can still come in and remove your offer from that or add boosts to one of the offers that's automatically been created for you. The other piece matches together. So maybe there's an assistant referee position and a center referee position for 2 games next to each other that you're interested in doing both of those. So like, let's add this one here. And what we can do is to say that we want to do both of those, click on this group button, and it will give us a list of other potential offers. And we click that, and you can see these two are now linked together. So in this case, if I were to get one of these, I would get both of these. I get assigned to both of these matches or to neither of them. Otherwise, you'll only get assigned to one match per day. And then let me undo these so that I don't actually get assigned to them. Let me pause and see if anyone has questions on things so far. Okay, as far as when matches are assigned, currently they're set up to be assigned about 10 days out from the kickoff. That does change a little bit when the matches are added late. The system tries to give everyone a chance to make an offer on that particular match. So there's a little change in that when matches are added within those 10 days. Again, if you go into the help section, there's more details on those. So let's talk about after a match. So when you get assigned, again, that match will come up here on your home page with the details of that match and any other officials that have been assigned to it. And then after the match, you'll get an email reminding you to come and fill out your match reports and to rate the teams. So to fill out the reports, just click on the match report button here, and you can see the information that I put in previously. You can also create disciplinary reports from that same page just by filling out this form. The other piece that you'll need to do is to come in and rate the team's behavior. So there's a little bit of information as far as what those ratings should be, but then you have the ability to rate both the home and the away team on a 1 to 5 star rating. So let's give these guys both 3s. And then you can also add any comments in here about specific great things that teams do, or if there's any challenges that you had around their behavior. Teams are also encouraged to rate referees on their performance and provide feedback. That feedback just goes to the executive committee of Rocky Mountain Rugby Referees and does not go anywhere else. Once you have completed your match report and rated both of the teams, you will be eligible to be paid by the system. It takes about 7 days after you do this for the payment to be fully processed. And you can see the details of your payments by going to this payments tab. And this will show all of the dates, the amount that you were paid, and what the match was that you were paid for. If you have just set up an account or just going through your first matches, you'll need to come into the settings section here and set up a payment destination. So this is your bank account where the money will automatically be deposited from your from the matches, and as well as that, it's a place to collect some information for tax purposes. So things like your address and your social security number are collected through this process. As well, you can change your password and your email address if you would like. Again, let me pause and see if there are any questions from folks.
So, Steve, when is payments made?
So payments are made roughly a week after the match reports and the ratings are completed. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, I think quick 15-minute overview of how to use RefUp. And I think if there are other questions people have, maybe when they're watching the recording of this, you can email info@refup.io or email the RMRR Executive Committee, and they can help get that answered for you.
Steve?
Yep.
I do have a question, or maybe a couple, but one of them is I'd asked this question at the last meeting to you, and I'm not sure if you understood it, but so if I were to put a bid, something that came through to me, I put a bid on it, and I don't get it, and then at some point it becomes available again because whoever maybe got the bid decides something has come up in their life, they cannot do it. Dale was getting those offers again, and I was not. So that's my question, is if that is a glitch in the system.
Yeah, so certainly, yeah, it may be. You know, there's some different situations that can occur there as well. Some ability to kind of change who.
I'm not sure what everybody else is hearing, but I'm barely hearing anything.
It could also be that.
Yeah, your internet's breaking up, Steve. Angela, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Sorry.
Yes, I can hear you.
You guys can't. Yeah, I can hear.
Steve, we're having a difficult time hearing you.
Let me try to adjust the audio here.
That's better.
Yeah, that's better.
Just carry on. Maybe it was just a glitch.
Yeah. Okay. So I think, as I was saying, there may have been an issue with that particular email to use specifically. There also could be instances where, say, a bid, the groups that are available to bid on that could change, and that's something that can be changed by the admins for the referee society. So that may have been another reason why in that case you did not receive another email.
Okay, so to be very specific, which I wouldn't understand that unless there's something that you can enlighten me on, would be, so the state it was a girls high school tournament, and both Dale and I got the offer. I put in for it. And then it ended up filling up, which is fine. And then it became available again, but I didn't get the offer. So why would I not get the offer a second time? I'm confused about that. So are you saying that Angus put in that he did, like, specifically there were refs he did or didn't want to be there, or that's what I'm asking?
No, so the people requesting bids or putting in matches, they don't have any control over the referees that are assigned to to a particular match. What I'm saying is that there may have been an issue with this email specifically to you on this particular match. That certainly could have happened. But there are also mechanisms in place for the referee society to adjust who's in a particular pool or what match a particular pool is available to. And so I don't know if that happened in this case, but in general, there are some ways for the administrators to control that. And that may have changed in the course of a match, right? So it may be that things come in originally one way and then adjustments are made to those.
Okay. I basically understand that maybe it's a glitch, but or maybe it's the administrators making that decision. But I guess I'm just curious on the kind of the end answer to that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, the other thing that I did have a question about is when you go in and you link on, you open up and you have a couple matches that you can link together. Just because it's convenient of where you're going to be, that you might be available to both of them. If you put in, let's say, points boosts of whatever 6, and you get 1, and somebody else boosts at 8 on the other, but they don't link those. How does that work out?
Yeah, that's a great question. So with the grouped offers, your boosts collectively need to be able to win both of those assignments. So in the example that you just gave, where you said, you would put 6 boosts in for those 2 offers, and someone else put 8 on one of the offers, the other person would win their offer with 8 boosts, and you would not win either of the matches that you put into that offer.
And is that because you put them linked together? So in other words, if you would have put, maybe they won the one for the 8 boost, if you would have put it in as an individual one at 6, you still might have won that one if that was the highest boost.
Correct. So if you had 2 individual offers at 6 boosts, they won, the match that they put 8 on, you would have lost that, and then you would have won that you had the other match that you put 6 on. That's absolutely correct. The difference is that if there was no other referee in that situation, right?
Right.
When you create the group offer, you would get assigned both of those. But if you create 2 individual offers, you'll only get assigned one of those.
Okay. All right. I think that's all my questions for the moment. Oh, actually, no. I do have another one. Sorry. I have one more. Are you there?
I am.
Okay. So my last question is kind of going back to Dale was sent an email in regards to getting set up for payment for RefUp. Like, I mean, he's obviously been on RefUp and has received payments as well as I have. He recently got an email about that, and I did not. Does that mean I am to assume that for some reason he needed to update and I didn't? Or do we both need to update and I didn't get the email?
The emails that would have gone out recently in the last, I don't know, 2 to 3 weeks. Is that kind of the time frame that we're thinking of here?
Probably 3 or 4 weeks.
Maybe 3 or 4 weeks, he
Yeah.
thinks.
Okay, so likely those were tax-related emails where more information was needed to handle any 1099 information. So it may be either that Angela, you provided all of the information that was necessary when you originally signed up and Dale had not provided that. The other option may have been that Dale reached a payment threshold that required additional information, whereas you did not.
Right, okay. All right, I think that's it then for me.
Great. Any other questions?
I think it's just Angela on.
Yep. Anything from the EC folks? Mark, Paul, other Mark?
Steve, can you just remind people how many boosts they get per season, and if they can get more, or do they use them all up? Then if they have 12 and they use them all for one match, that's it for the season, or how do the boosts work in terms of refreshing that?
Yep. So when you sign up, you get 10 boosts, and then when you place those on a match and you get that assignment, you use those boosts. And the way that you earn them back is by making offers for other assignments where referees outbid you, right? They put more boosts on than you have. And when that happens, that's how you earn back more boosts. So there's not more boosts that come to you automatically per season. There's just the 10 that you start with, and then the ones that you spend as you get assignments, or the ones that you earn as other referees get assignments.
So in theory, boosts are like sort of like a cryptocurrency, whereas they only, if there's 10 referees in the system, there's 100 boosts. Those boosts always exist and will only be interchanged amongst the 10 of us who are bidding and swapping. If it turns out that I could get 90 of them somehow by bidding and not winning and everyone bids, there's never really going to be additional boosts unless another referee joins the society, right?
Yep, that is correct.
And can you just go over the scenario of like Angela, myself, and Dale all bid for the same match? I bid 5 boosts, Angela bids 4, Dale bids 3. I obviously win it. Then how would those? Okay, never mind. All right, you're gonna make me read.
So
That's
let's just
fine.
look. If we look on the help page, there's a page called Gaining and Using Boosts, and I think it goes through some examples very similar to what you were describing, and goes into the details of who gets boosts, who loses boosts, exactly how many are spent, those types of things.
Steve, I'm sorry, and you probably said this. So we just get 10 boosts at the beginning of each year, or we get to add 10 boosts to what our rollover was from last year?
Nope, you get 10 boosts when you sign up, and that's all you are given.
Oh,
You
you mean
don't get additional
when you
at the
sign up
beginning
as
of
a
the
rep?
year. Correct.
Yeah, you just
Uh,
get 10, Angela, for your career.
Okay, for my long career so far. So if I've gained boosts because of losing out or not ever putting any boost points in and other people have, and I've gotten divided out to some, so is that my current like boost power, so to speak?
Yeah, like right now, I have 16 boosts.
Nice. Okay. I don't know how
'Cause
many I'll look.
You can see on your homepage.
I'll go
So if
there.
you want to kind of play the system a little bit and game boost, if that's something you want to do, I don't know why you do. I just randomly bid on things, and if I don't win it, I don't win it. I don't care, and I don't really use boosts at all. So I think
don't
if
either. I
so,
don't either,
like,
and that's why I have more than what the 10 that I started out with is just
yeah.
I have
So
not chose to use them at this
I
point.
think if you and I bid on something and we didn't put any boosts on it, and Dale put 4 boosts, he won it, we would get his 2 boosts. That's how that would work.
Correct. So that's why I just was, so it's not that you get 10 each year, you just get 10 when you sign up, and then however games out, you will collect, if you never use your boost, but you go into a bidding situation, I mean, you're putting your hat in the ring for the ref and other people are using their points, you'll just automatically collect points, whether you use them or not.
that's right.
Okay. All right. Well, are you guys getting ready to sign off yet, or are there other
I
questions?
think if there's any other questions, I'm happy to do my best to answer them, and otherwise, there's no more no additional pieces to demo right now.
Steve, this isn't really a RefUp, but it's related to the system. So I think that I don't know if everyone understands like the leveling, the referee leveling. So if I'm a level 9 and I want to do this game that's in my neighborhood, let's say I live in Brush, Colorado, and there's a game, but it happens to be a really high level, maybe a level 4. I am not going to see that and not be allowed to bid on that, even though I may be the only referee who lives in Brush, Colorado. Is that correct? Maybe that's a question for Mark or Mark.
Correct. So that's exactly right. If there's a D2 men's game, which is a level 4 game in our system, anyone who's not a level 4 would not be able to see that. But maybe you could see that you could AR for that game. Or there is an opportunity, like if Paul is going really well and we want to test him at a level above him, I can go in and sprinkle some opportunities for Paul to bid on some matches that he wouldn't normally see as a function of a RDO.
Okay, any other questions or things we think we should include in this recording so that people can maybe learn from it? Or I guess the answer is, if not, then submit the emails as Steve suggested earlier.
I would think that the way the system works is pretty transparent, and I know he had some referees that will sort themselves out. I guess the one thing that isn't quite as transparent is why am I at this level? How do I get to the next level? And how can I keep advancing? And that's up for the executive committee to kind of decide based on the RDOs they've asked to help, Karen and myself. And basically the results of this survey that just went out will help Karen and myself determine who gets divided into what. And then based when we divide who into what, we will come up with plans to put into place for linear growth and linear development. And that would be able to like, okay, I'm only seeing level 8 games right now. I want to see level 7. What do I need to do? Oh, I'll follow this plan and hopefully I will work the plan and get promoted soon to C7. Is there anything we want to talk about coaching? Steve, is there anything we want?
Yeah, I think, for now, the coaching, referee coaching assignments are set up very similar to this, except instead of center referee, you would see referee coach. In the near future, that will change a little bit and be more specific to a particular referee. So as a referee coach, you would come in and see not just referee coach here, but you'd see referee coach for Steve Gore, or referee coach for Pettit, or referee coach for Angela Bruno on each match, and be able to create an offer for that specifically. So that will be available shortly. Okay, I think unless anyone else has a question, we should call it.
I think that's good. And Steve, just want to what email? So you can email the executive committee with questions, but then also they can send an email directly to RefUp. Is it info@refup.io? Is that correct?
Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
All right. Excellent. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.